versus Meltzer, the show where I challenge the star rating of the one and only Dave Meltzer. My name is Ryan Alvarez, and today we are taking a look at The Undertaker versus CM Punk from WrestleMania 29 in 2013. Meltzer gave this match a 4.5 star rating out of 5. Let's see if I agree. Punk earned this opportunity to face The Undertaker by defeating Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus on an episode of Monday Night Raw. The next day, Taker's on again, off again manager Paul Bearer tragically passed away due to respiratory problems. During Paul Bearer's tribute, which Kane and The Undertaker were both at, obviously, Punk hit Kane in the back with the infamous urn that was pretty much the symbol of Paul Bearer and The Undertaker. And he took it. He ran off with it. So weeks go by, and Punk continues to taunt Undertaker with the urn. And then on Raw, Taker's in the ring when we see the Druids come out. And a Paul Bearer-esque man comes out with the urn. And of course, it's Paul Heyman, who's running with Punk at the time. White face paint, painted on mustache. This was great. Punk's heel work during the feud was absolutely next level. A round of applause to all involved. Living Color performing CM Punk's theme, Cult of Personality, which was awesome live. On the flip side, Taker's entrance is equally awesome. This was the peak of The Walking Dead. And so you see in the background the zombie hands trying to reach up, from the depths of hell to try and grab him. Excellent visual. Both entrances were outstanding. Punk playing cat and mouse with Undertaker early, slapping him in the face a couple times. Until Undertaker's done, he's irritated, hits a big boot. On the outside, Taker beating Punk from pillar to post. Back in, Taker going for old school, but Punk pulls him off with an arm drag. Punk now going for old school and connects. This was a recurring theme, not only through the match, but through the feud itself. Just the disrespect that CM Punk was showing The Undertaker. Punk hits a side rush and leg sweep for a near fall. Taker releases an Irish whip into the corner, goes for a big boot, misses, hurts his leg in the process. On the outside, Punk hits a big double axe handle, then throws him back inside. Punk now working Taker's shoulder, works it into a neck breaker for a near fall. Punk going for old school once more, but Taker crotches him on the top rope and knocks him to the outside. Taker going for his infamous WrestleMania only suicide dive, but Heyman gets in the way. That was a distraction enough for Punk to hit a springboard clothesline for yet another near fall. Punk with his trademark running knee hits a clothesline and then his Macho Man-esque diving elbow, but still not enough to seal the deal. Punk calling for the go to sleep. Taker wiggles out, hits his own chokeslam, but it's only good for a near fall. Taker getting on a little bit of a roll here, hits Snake Eyes, going for the big boot, but Punk counters with a heel kick. Punk clotheslines Taker over and out, and he takes some time to clear off the rest of the announce table. That gives Taker enough time to recover and set up for a last ride through the table. He gets Punk up, he shimmies out the back, kicks Taker in the head, and ever so conveniently just falls on the announce table. So, obviously, Punk to the top, huge diving elbow drop onto Taker, on the table, but the table doesn't break. Punk rolls in, the ref is starting to count Taker out. Obviously, it's WrestleMania, it's The Undertaker. He's not losing by countout. So he does get back in. Commentary says at 9.5. So Punk crawls over to Taker, I'm assuming to attempt a pin, but gets locked into Hell's Gate. Punk quickly and wisely rolls through to counter into a pin attempt, but Taker kicks out. Punk locks in the Anaconda Vice, but Undertaker sits straight up. This is an outstanding visual. I love this. Taker goes for a chokeslam. Punk gets out, hits a go-to-sleep. Taker bounces off the ropes, hits a tombstone. Punk kicks out. This kind of took me out of it for a brief second because Undertaker just straight up no-sells the go-to-sleep here for a second. I'm not sure, what the meaning of it was. But I think the other part of it is not the bouncing off and hitting the tombstone as much, but then you hit your tombstone, and not only do you not just fall on top of him for a pin, but it's like, I'll roll off of you, then I'll come back on top of you to try to pin you for the win. Anyway, Taker goes for a chokeslam. Punk knocks down the referee. Punk goes for the running knee. Taker catches him, goes for a last ride, but Heyman passes CM Punk the urn, hits Taker in the neck with it right behind his head. Goes for a Taker-esque pin, getting the hands over the chest. Undertaker kicks out. The crowd popped very hard for this. Punk calling, for the go to sleep, but gives the Taker signature throat slash. Taker gets out, attempts a tombstone. Punk gets out, goes for a go to sleep. Taker gets out again. This time, Taker connects with a tombstone, gets the win, continues the streak. So with that being said, do I agree with Meltzer? I do not this time. But it's not egregious. It's not as egregious as the end of an era Hell in a Cell match with Triple H and Undertaker, with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. I'll give this 4 stars out of 5. This was a solid match. It was a bit slow and clunky in spots. They told a great story. I think CM Punk was a great foe for The Undertaker. In all honesty, the build for this match was better than the actual match. And the wrong person won. I think, and don't get me wrong, you can't give the win to CM Punk, because of the untimely death of Paul Bearer. I think Undertaker had to win this match. But looking at the feud in general, this was CM Punk's moment. This was his moment to win. This was his moment to be the one in 20-1. Catch my video on Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar for more on the numbers. But Punk delivered some of the best promos of his WWE career during this stretch, and played an outstanding heel. Also, as I said earlier, a great foe for The Undertaker, and they worked very well together. Unfortunately, this would be CM Punk's last WrestleMania. The last time we would actually see Punk wrestle for WWE would be at the Royal Rumble in 2014. Kane eliminated him from the outside, chokeslammed him through the announce table. Unfortunately, you hate to kind of go out like that, but when you're doing it to yourself, it's a little bit of a different story. Obviously, rumors have always been swirling since then, especially since the start of AEW with their Chicago shows, and pretty much any show in Chicago or involving Ring of Honor. There's always been that hint that, they're going to get CM Punk. I honestly don't think we're going to see CM Punk in professional wrestling again. He's already gone on record. He's stated that it's going to take him a lot to get him out out of the shadows per se and back into the limelight that is professional wrestling. So, but only time will tell. Very similar to retirement. Never say never. So what did you think about this match? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, as well as visiting our other social media links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on Alvarez versus Meltzer.